Hey guys, welcome to Abstract Wellness. My name is Carrie, and it's been a minute since I've been able to do a video for you guys. A lot of folks have been contacting me and keeping me busy, and I really appreciate all of the love and support that everybody has shown me and Abstract Wellness, and it's my pleasure and I'm very honored to be able to help out anybody that comes to me with any type of condition that they allow me to help them with. So thank you so much for liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for checking out my website and just the general questions. I really appreciate everything that everybody has come to me with and the challenges, and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to be in this space and in this arena, helping out others, helping themselves. Once again, welcome to Abstract Wellness. We're going to talk a little bit about diabetes today. Been getting a lot of inquiries about diabetes, and a lot of people want different medications related to diabetes, and it's an epidemic. It's been an epidemic for quite some time now. So let's get into it. Please remember that any information that is on this video is used at your discretion. You are advised to seek out medical attention in regards to your specific condition, and this conversation that we have between us is in no way, shape, or form a diagnosis or should be taken as a diagnosis, and you are advised to seek professional advice in regards to your specific medical condition. This is only for informational purposes only. Thank you. Welcome back to Abstract Wellness. It is my pleasure, my honor, my duty to be here to serve you and give you information in regards to your specific health issues. Like I said, today we're going to talk about diabetes, and there are different types of diabetes. You have diabetes 1 and 2. Type 2 diabetes is more of a result from insufficient production of insulin, which is connected to high blood sugar, meaning the blood sugar levels do not go down in the manner that they should. You have diabetes insipidus. Diabetes insipidus is a condition that results in the imbalance of water in the body. You have diabetes 1, type 1, better known as diabetes, type 1 diabetes. And it's a chronic condition where the pancreas produces little or no insulin. And then you have gestational diabetes. Gestational diabetes is isolated to women, and it's a condition in which diabetes is developed during pregnancy. So you have several different types of diabetes, and for the most part, it can be reversed. It can be reversed with your due diligence done on your part. And I do mean due diligence because these types of situations regarding diabetes does not occur overnight. It takes time for your body to develop a lot of the diseases that are diagnosed out there today. Unless you're born with a condition or a diagnosis that you get from birth, a lot of what we do to ourselves, we can help ourselves by working on ourselves. So this is one of the issues that I have with a lot of people, is that they will take and run the information that they're given from their physician, their doctor, their PCP provider, whatever, and say, hey, I need you to get on this particular prescription. Now, the prescription that you're given, it's basically up to you whether or not you want to take that or get a second opinion. You can also seek out the advice of a herbalist, herbalistic producer such as myself, or someone else in the natural path arena. And when you do this, you take into consideration all the information that you've been given. You are not obligated to take those drugs. In a lot of cases, there are people that take the drugs and they're actually worse off than they were before they started taking the medications that were prescribed to them. So me coming from that particular arena of the medical field, I've seen it over and over again where you have something that's prescribed and either it's overprescribed or it's not even needed. So I've seen that a lot of times, but just know that you can take your health into your own hands. Be your own health advocate. I beg everybody out there, be your own health advocate. And just do some research, do your due diligence. And you know, the worst thing that can happen is, hey, you know, I've been going the natural path and haven't had any issues. And I'm kind of liking taking care of my body myself. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get into some of the symptoms that a lot of people experience, and some may be a little different between men and women, but for the most part, they're across the board. And you have frequent urination, excessive thirst, sometimes increased hunger, maybe not even increased hunger, but sometimes weight loss. You're tired, you have a lack of interest and lack of concentration. You may have tingling and sensation or numbness in your hands or your feet. And they sometimes call that diabetic neuropathy. And what that kind of can kind of mean a lot of things. All of those specific symptoms that I named does not necessarily mean that you suffer from a diabetic condition. Those are some of the more common symptoms to where people that have diabetes 1, 2, or whatever the type is, suffer from as a collective. So those are some of the general symptoms. I'm not saying that if you have or suffer from any of those conditions that you have diabetes, but you do, you can. It is advised that if you think you may be suffering from any one of those symptoms, go on ahead and get checked by your primary care physician and just see whether or not, you know, you happen to suffer from this. And in some cases, it can be genetic, but in a lot of cases, it's not. Just because you've had a parent, a grandmother or grandfather that was a diabetic does not necessarily mean that you will become diabetic. My mother was a borderline diabetic. I'm not diabetic. You have the right, or you have the knowledge, and you have the tools to control these type of things if they are in some sort of family history. You can curtail this. You can curtail a lot of things. So it is best that you go in and you get tested. And if that is the case, just know that, you know, you have tools that can help you out to where you can control this and a lot of other things as well. So what we're going to do is talk about some of the my main 2 items that I like to talk about in regards to lowering your blood sugar. First and foremost, exercise. There's nothing like exercise, okay? Exercise does a lot more than just toning your body and helping you get fit and keeping your heart rate moderate and helping you think a little bit more clearly. It actually gets the blood circulating to all of your organs, which is vital. If you're stagnant and you're not doing anything on a daily basis, then it's bad overall for your health, including your blood sugar. So I just want to put that out there first and foremost. Generally, when I do a diabetic mix or something customized for someone that has suffered from any type of diabetic condition, I have two main go-to herbs that I utilize, or ingredients. The first one is bitter melon, and I want to show you bitter melon. This is the regular bitter melon. Not sure if you can see it. You should be able to see this. It looks like a bumpy cucumber, and here's what the inside looks like. It's got some seeds. It originates mainly from the Caribbean, Asian countries, and Africa, like warmer climates. The Chinese utilize this in a lot of their cooking that they do, in a lot of cuisines that they do. It has enormous health benefits, Bitter melon basically works it's a medicinal fruit that basically targets your blood sugar levels. It lowers your blood sugar levels, no doubt about it. lots and lots of studies done in regards to bitter melon. It also comes in a powder. This is what the powder looks like. And when I do a mix for someone, I will use the powder. It is bitter. It's not named bitter melon just because, hey, we're just gonna name it bitter melon. It is bitter, and like I said, you make it into a tea, and you can put it in a tea, drink it. You know, there's some other things that go into the teas as well, depending on the customer or the client, and it can be very pleasant tasting to my surprise and to some of my clients' surprise. But it does help get that sugar level down. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it mainly because of that in regards to diabetes, but it's used in everyday medicine as well. It has been for a very, very long time. Some of the other benefits of utilizing bitter melon would be, besides managing your blood sugar levels, reducing respiratory infections like pneumonia, lowering inflammation and raising immunity, also treating abdominal pain, peptic ulcers, constipation, increasing cancer protection. If you want to be protected from cancer, this is something that also helps in that arena. Also, reducing fevers and coughs, lowering menstrual irregularity. And I also put this in my mixes in regards to women that suffer from PCOS, which is polycystic syndrome. And what that is if there's any type of inflammation or cysts in polycystic ovary syndrome involving the cysts or the ovaries, bitter melon is very good for that, because some women that suffer from PCOS have irregularity regarding their menstrual cycles. And this it's really good for that. It kind of gets you on a regular flow in regards to your menstrual cycles if you happen to suffer from that. It also treats skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis. It's antiviral, antimicrobial, antibacterial. It's like really, really good. Also treats gout and kidney stones as well. So it has a lot of health benefits. And I tell folks all the time, you have so many natural things out there that can help a lot of people that suffer from a lot of different things. It's just like, you just have to be willing to hear, what it is and how it can best serve you, and then kind of try it out. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to help you out with, more than what you think it will. So I showed you the fruit. It also comes in another variety. It's called an Indian bitter melon, and it's a little bit more jagged. Like, it looks really similar to this, but it's got jagged type of, it's not thorns, but it's like a jaggedy type of pattern on there. So it looks pointy, but it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't have thorns or anything on it. So that's bitter melon. The next item I wanted to talk about would be fenugreek. And fenugreek comes in the form of a seed. They're kind of looks like little seeds, just like little, regular seeds, maybe like milk thistle seeds, but a little bit lighter. I have it in a powder, and I'm not quite sure if you can see that. You probably can't see that, but I wanted to show you that. Fenugreek is very good for lowering blood sugar levels as well. And typically in the diabetic mixes, I will mix both of these together depending on the client or the customer, what their background and history is, and etc., the type of diabetic condition that they have. But fenugreek is utilized in everyday medicine as well. Fenugreek is also good for a lot of other things other than your blood sugar. It happens to be very, very good as far as for your gut health. So if you're having gut issues, like digestive issues and things like that, it improves your digestive problems, especially with ulcerative colitis and constipation. So very good for that as well. It also lowers your cholesterol. Kind of has a taste of like celery. I won't say it's as bitter as bitter melon, but it has like a burnt sugar, maple syrupy kind of taste, or the best way I can describe it to you is it has a celery taste. I think it's more like a celery taste than anything. Some people have described it as like a burnt, like a mapley syrupy type of taste, but my personal opinion is I believe it tastes like celery. You may also think it tastes like celery. It just depends on your taste buds. It also treats arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, erectile dysfunction in men. This is known as an ingredient that is in a lot of, let's just say, tonics for men. Tonics for men. They will put fenugreek in the tonic, and it increases the libido in men. It does that naturally. It's a remedy for impotence, and I'm just gonna put that out there. I have used fenugreek in some of the libido mixes that I have done, the custom mixes that I've done for men, and they have not complained. They say that it does work. So it also lowers inflammation inside and outside of the body. And what I mean by internal, I mean like pain and swelling from muscles and lymph nodes. It also treats gout, wounds, leg ulcers, sciatica, dandruff, and eczema, like as far as outside the body. And also, it's also utilized in a lot of Indian cuisine as well. It's used to add spice to food. So if you do not want to incorporate it into a mixture that you would consume on a daily basis, you're more than welcome to cook with it. They have lots of recipes that you can use fenugreek for. And like I said, it comes originally in a seed, a fenugreek seed, and you're able to ground that up, or you can purchase a powder that is already ground up for you. And you just find a recipe that you like, a type of curry or something like that, mix it right in, and you're getting the benefits of fenugreek and you're eating it at the same time. So it's great. It also has been tested to help with eating disorders. So anybody that you know, or if you yourself have been dealing with an eating disorder like anorexia nervosa, is a good eating, I won't say good, but it's an eating disorder that has been proven that they use fenugreek and the actual disorder symptoms and things of that nature have, gone down or dissolved. So it also improves exercising performance, and this goes back to exercise. There are a lot of athletes that use supplements that have fenugreek in them already, or what they'll do is they'll chew on the fenugreek seed itself. So when they do this, they've been it also deals with your respiratory as well, helps better respiratory performance, which is why it improves your exercise performance. So all around, both of these items, the actual bitter melon and the fenugreek seed, are very good for you overall. A lot of health benefits. I can't stress enough why you should not utilize these two items. And if you happen to know anyone that suffers from any of the conditions that we talked about in this particular segment, please let them know this information. I mean, it could be life-saving. You just never know when you share things like this, who you might touch. So I employ that you look over this information, share it with others, hit the subscribe button, and check out my website, AbstractWellness.com. If you have any questions or concerns about this segment or any of the segments in the past, please go on ahead and complete the contact information, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And it's been an honor, it's been a pleasure, and I'll try to keep these videos coming on a more continual basis. It has been very busy. A lot of people are very much interested in taking part and taking control of their health. They're looking to get off of prescribed medications. I want to just employ you to do your research, be diligent, take your health into your own hands and do not accept no for an answer. Keep moving, keep pushing, keep striving. It has been a pleasure, and I will speak to you guys very, very soon. To know better is to do better. Thank you very much, and have a good day.